Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet, sponsored by Apple Capital Group. At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. Before we get started today, our name of our show is going to be Dr. Dianne Dinkel with Athena International. And I'm going to play our sponsor ad real quick, and we will put her online.
Apple Capital Group in Jacksonville, Florida, is a commercial lender that specializes in asset-based loans, equipment leasing and financing, invoice financing, commercial real estate loans, and asset-based financing in the U.S. and Canada. Apple Capital Group is a direct lender that lends on their private equity investment portfolio. 90% of most loans are decided within 2 hours, and vendor funding within 24 hours after documents are completed, with a one-page application. No slow no's, just a quick decision and a fast yes. To get more information about lending from Apple Capital Group, call 866-611-7457. That's 866-611-7457 to speak with one of our loan specialists. Or visit us right now at applecapitalgroup.com.
Good morning, Dianne. Well, good morning. Welcome to the program. If anybody have any questions, feel free to call in at 347-324-3460, 347-324-3460. This morning, again, I have Dr. Dinkel with Athena International. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thank you for joining the program today. I guess to begin with is kind of tell us about yourself and tell us about your organization.
Athena International is a women's leadership organization. We have been around for 30 years, and our mission is to support, develop, and honor women leaders. I have been involved with Athena for the past 4 years as the president and CEO. We have programs in over 200 communities and 7 countries. One of the programs that we're going to talk about today is the Athena PowerLink program, which is specifically designed to help women business owners grow their businesses. We also have award programs. We have workshops to help develop leaders. And we are all about helping women be better at what they do in leadership and help them be better leaders.
Wow. And how long have you been with the organization?
Well, I've been with them in several capacities since 2004, so 8 years. I've been the president since 2008.
Wow. Kind of give us a blueprint overview on Athena International and how you break down your services. Is it mostly consulting? Do you do any workshops and leadership conference?
We do have leadership conference. We basically have programs that we're very grassroots. We work directly with communities. And so while Athena International is based in Chicago, by the way, we have a headquarters here, but we really work with local chambers of commerce or other women's organizations or colleges and universities to help women in their communities. And so what we do is we sell licenses. We own programs, and we sell licenses to the communities who then we give them a template to run programs in their communities. And so we're very involved developing women leaders, but really through a community-based effort. For instance, in Jacksonville, for instance, you have an Athena PowerLink program, and that program is an Athena program, but Athena International governs the entire program. It's created the program, but Jacksonville runs it for their local women business owners. So we are an international organization with a very strong community base.
Wow. So how do the people hear about you? I mean, you go out and it's just by the word of mouth. I know for Jacksonville, you have a real great program there. I think a lot of people have talked about it. And it was just in passing, I was doing something with the Chamber of Commerce meeting, and they were mentioning it. And I'm in Texas. And do you have any Texas offices as well, affiliates?
We have Texas programs, absolutely. We have programs in several communities in Texas. They run our award programs. And the award program is the Athena Leadership Award. It was actually the foundation of Athena, which was established in 1982. That program specifically honors women leaders in the communities who have met 3 specific criteria. One is that they have attained professional success in whatever they do. It crosses all disciplines and boundaries, whether they're nonprofit, for-profit, governmental, whatever. Two, that they give back to their community. And then three, the most important thing that we recognize women leaders for are helping other women leaders succeed and achieve their full leadership potential. And so that's really what sets us apart from other organizations. So in Texas, we have many award programs in local communities that are based on the award programs. I don't have any women business owner mentoring programs or business advisory programs in Texas at this point, but we do have some programs in Texas, yes.
Okay. And for example, for people to get nominated for those particular awards, is it by the community or by that local organization that nominates them? And
yes.
If in that nomination process, would members, I guess, or in your organization take those results and say, hey, this is who we're going to end up awarding? How does that awarding process normally work?
Well, the nominations are open. Typically, a community will send out an invitation for nominations for the award, and then they will select, and every community does a little bit differently, but generally they will have a selection committee, typically made of previous Athena Award recipients, and we do call them recipients because we believe that it's not a competition where there's a winner, but it's a recipient who is reflective of all the outstanding women leaders in the community. So we're very particular about the phrasing, but a community will issue an open nomination process. The criteria is established, and generally people will go online to nominate somebody that they believe should receive this award. The community has a selection committee that interviews or reviews the applications and the nominations, and then they make a selection, and the recipient is generally announced at an event. They will host a luncheon, a dinner, some sort of cocktail party or a reception or something where they'll announce who that recipient is. I happen to be going to Nashville on Monday night for their program, and they have generally 35 to 40 women are nominated each year in Nashville, and they have about 800 people at their event. It's a very big occasion that is reflective, and the way they do it is they have other women organizations in the community nominate somebody from that organization. So every community has the freedom to decide how best to make that selection. What we do is provide the template, and we provide the criteria. We provide the handbook, press releases, all the things that they need. And then, of course, the recipient receives a 14-inch bronze sculpture, bronze, marble, and crystal sculpture that is specific to the Athena Award that recognizes the women's power and their leadership skills. And so it's quite an honor to be an Athena recipient. We have given over 6,300 awards since we began Athena in 1982.
Wow. Regarding the professional success, and you say giving back to the community and helping others become leaders, in that process, can you give us, for example, without, I guess, naming a recipient, how that person was chosen to the community? We have that picture, but kind of give us an idea on the type of leaders your award normally will go to. Is it from the small business owner who's active in her community, who's mentoring people like a junior achievement program? Kind of give us, I guess, a picture on what that couple of recipients will look like.
I think Athena recipients are typically women who have been in their profession for, could be 15 to 20 years, it could be 10 to 20 years. But most women, when they give back to their community, you'll see them, they're very active and involved in both philanthropic abilities in the community. They may be very active in their chamber. As far as helping other women, they could very well and help by mentoring young girls through junior achievement, through the YWCA, through the Girl Scouts, or just at work. We have a couple of recipients who have developed programs in their place of employment that created mentoring programs for women to help women become leaders. I think that it's fairly common knowledge, but maybe not, that corporations who have women in high leadership roles within the corporation are more profitable than corporations who do not have diverse leadership. So we have a lot of our recipients who have really helped escalate women to leadership positions within their company, that they have served as mentors, and it can be in their local churches or in their local community centers or whatever they're doing, but in some way they are creating an environment that is encouraging and helpful to other women. I was at an event last year in Connecticut, and the recipient was a doctor who devoted her life to really working with women who are coming through med school and trying to assist them to continue to be doctors, to continue to serve in their communities, to really work to take charge of their lives and realize that they're not limited to where they are today, that there's always room for growth. So it's women who can help others in a variety of ways in each community. And like I said, every community is different, but typically what we see is somebody who's just been actively involved. And when you say, can you name a mentor for me in the community, that woman's name comes to mind immediately because she has such a reputation for helping other women.
And it's also
Tim, I want to point out, we have had some men who are recipients of the Athena Award, too.
Wow.
So we believe that mentorship is mentorship, and helping others achieve their full leadership potential is great. Most of my mentors were men as I came up through my professional environment. And so we've had about, over the years, now granted not very many, but we've had about 10 to 15 men who have been strong advocates for women leadership in their communities. And so they have received the Athena Award.
Wow. Going back to it's also available to maybe people in the corporate environment as well from a Fortune. Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's open to them as well. Okay.
It's open to anybody in a leadership position. And so what we find, and this is kind of, again, it's unique to each community, but if a Chamber of Commerce, for instance, purchases a license and they want to recognize someone, that recipient can be anyone from the CEO to a utility company to a woman who has a travel agency in her local community to a woman who runs a welfare, works for the state and helps with children and mothers. And I mean, it can be, the range is forever because leadership is leadership, regardless of where you're serving as a leader. So that's why I'm saying it's really across discipline. It's across profession. It can be at the C-suite if you want. It can be a self-employed. We have many recipients who are business owners in their communities, anywhere from McDonald's to owning a pastry shop to owning, I mean, the range and the opportunity to receive this award is just unlimited.
Great. I know at the top of the hour, we're talking about some programs other programs that you offer, I see Connections, Membership, Leadership, International Leadership Summit, and the Women Leadership. Can you talk about those 5 programs that you offer?
Well, the Athena Connections is a program that we are just offering this year, starting it, and it is a way, it specifically works with colleges and universities, and it's a way to connect established women leaders in communities to young women or women who are in colleges and universities in those communities. One of the things that we're doing with Athena Connections is we have a workshop that we're going to be doing training on. In fact, we're going to be publishing this in the next couple of weeks because we're going to do training for that program, one in California and one in Florida in the month of May, for colleges and universities specifically to offer the program. But this program is geared to teach leadership skills to women students. It's designed to be an 8-week program, 2-hour workshops each one, and that program focuses on leadership. What does it mean to be a leader? Athena has a leadership model that we have developed in the late 1990s, and there are 8 principles of leadership that we discuss in this leadership model. And the workshop that we're doing with colleges and universities is based on that model. Those principles of leadership, and of course, I'm going to try to repeat this right off the top of my head, and hopefully I'll remember every one. But there's the authentic self that we work with. That's one of the principles, and we believe that is absolutely vital for a person to be a leader, is to be authentic. We believe in collaboration. That's one of our principles. We teach how to collaborate. We talk about courageous acts. We talk about what it means to be courageous, whether you are in an environment in school, and again, this is something that can be done applicable in the workplace. It takes to be courageous in what you're doing and do the right thing. We talk about fierce advocating. How do you advocate for yourself? How do you advocate for others? How do you advocate for the right thing in work? And what is the right way to be a leader? The Athena leadership model is based on being ethical in everything that we do and being strong and setting the example and being a role model. So the 8 tenets, and I'll just name them very quickly. The principles are authentic self, giving back, celebration and joy, learning, collaboration, courageous acts, relationships, and fierce advocacy. So we've built a template and a workshop that focuses on those 8 tenets, and we teach that at the college and university level. So that program is available, and that's geared towards emerging leaders, because we work with established leaders and emerging leaders. The other programs, we do have a membership that you mentioned, and that is really an opportunity for people to connect with other Athena recipients or other constituents that are familiar with Athena. They have opportunities to come to our regional workshops and then to our international summit. We do have an international summit that's going to be in Chicago this year, October the 15th and 16th, and that provides people an opportunity to come to learn how to develop themselves as leaders, to interact with other women and men who are advocates of Athena International and what we stand for in supporting, honoring, and developing women leaders. And so that's going to be in Chicago. That's found on our website, information about that. We have the Athena, and again, the Athena PowerLink program, which is a program that really connects a woman business owner with an advisory board to help her grow her business or meet whatever objectives that she has decided that she needs for her business to grow. And there's some criteria for that, and that's another program that we work with communities. The success rate on that for women business owners is phenomenal. Our records and our research indicates that women who go through that program and have a 12-month-long advisory panel to work with them, their businesses on average grow within the next 12 months 88%. So that's a very significant number, and that has a strong economic impact to most communities, and it's probably one of our strongest programs from that perspective, from helping women survive through these very difficult economic times. So those are just a sampling of some of the programs that we have. All of them have different constituents, different target audiences, and have different purposes. We're either trying to grow leaders, help women grow their businesses, connect women leaders to emerging leaders, or help people develop their own leadership skills.
Perfect. And lastly, the International Women's Leadership, that's something is new coming out?
Well, it's not new. This will be our 17th summit. That's going to be in October. We have one generally every year. We did skip a year or two. This year, though, the highlight is going to be, this is our 30th year celebration of the Athena Award Program. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing this year is we're reaching out to our communities, all of those 6,300 recipients that are out there, and we want them to recommend and highlight one or two recipients from their community. And so we are going to select 30 recipients nationwide and really focus on their accomplishments and their achievements and their leadership style, and focus on what they have learned as an Athena recipient. Because once you're an Athena recipient, I mean, it's not an award that you receive one year and say it's over, because it's really a lifetime achievement award in many ways. Once you receive that award, it means that people recognize you for not just what you have accomplished professionally and given back to the community, but you're leaving a legacy for so many other young women who look to you as their model for leadership. So we're going to focus on 30 recipients in honor of our 30th year and learn what they've been doing and how they give back to the community, and really to look at the impact of our Athena leaders and our Athena recipients on the world. Because some of our recipients, we have recipients in China, we have recipients in Russia, in Greece, we have recipients in the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, I never can pronounce that. I apologize for that. UAE.
Yeah,
we have recipients throughout the world, and they are making an impact in their community. In India, strong impact. A couple of our recipients there who have meet with high school girls, and they do leadership summits. And these are women who are making a difference in their local communities. And that's really the impact of Athena to the world, is what our recipients are doing in their local communities. And so we want to capture some of that at the summit this fall and be able to say, this is what it means to be a leader in today's society and to be a model, a role model for other women, because it is important that women and men, but women right now, that they establish themselves as not only experts in their field, but they establish themselves as leaders in their communities, in their environments, wherever they are, in their profession, in their corporation, to their employees, to their peers, wherever, and that they exemplify the leadership model and the principles of leadership to all of those that they work with. So Athena's reach is huge. It's a global reach, and we want to really recognize that at the summit this year.
Great. anything you would like to close with? I really appreciate you coming on to the program. Anything you would like to close with regarding your company?
Regarding the company, well, one, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Oh, thank
Two,
you.
if you want to know more about Athena International, I encourage you to go to our website. It's www.athenainternational.org and learn about some of the programs in the communities. Wherever you are, my closing words would be the best leader that you can be, and remember to support and develop and honor women leaders in your community, because it does make a difference.
Great. I really appreciate it. And just to recap your address for your website to contact your office if they have any more information.
It's www.athenainternational.org.
Okay. Based in Chicago.
Based in Chicago.
I really appreciate you coming to the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Again, that's Dr. Dianne Dinkel with Athena International. You can go to our website to get more information at Athena International, spelled out, .org. Thank you for listening to the program. This is another episode of the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. For a free quote on equipment leasing and financing, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com. And fill out the information to receive your free quote. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. Thanks again for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet.